Someone says something rude to you, and you can't stop thinking about it. You're replaying it in your head. You're texting your friends about it. You're lying in bed that night still turning it over. That one comment from one person has stolen your entire day, maybe your entire week. And the worst part? You know you're giving it too much power. You know you should just let it go, but you can't. Because something about it got in. Something about it stuck. Here's the truth nobody tells you. The problem isn't them. The problem is that you haven't learned the skill yet. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to stop letting people get under your skin. Not fake it, not suppress it. Actually stop it at the root. I'll give you a step-by-step process you can use the next time someone triggers you. And I'll end with the one mindset shift that makes all of this permanent. Stay until the end. That last part changes everything. Most people think being triggered means someone did something terrible to them. Something obviously cruel. Something that would bother anyone. But that's not always true, and honestly, it's rarely the full picture. Sometimes it's a tiny thing that sets you off. A one-word reply when you expected more. A friend who cancels last minute. Someone's tone of voice in a group chat. A stranger's comment on something you posted. Something so small that you feel almost embarrassed by how much it's bothering you. So why does something so small hit so hard? Because it's never really about the small thing. When someone gets under your skin, it almost always connects to something deeper that already lives inside you. A fear, an old pattern, a story you've been telling yourself for years. The other person didn't create the wound. They just pressed on one that was already there. Here's a simple example. Your friend cancels on you last minute. You spent an hour getting ready, you were already on your way. And then your phone buzzes. She's not coming. You feel angry. Really angry. But if you sit with it for a second, you'll notice the anger isn't the only thing there. Underneath the anger is something else. Embarrassment, maybe. The feeling of being foolish for trusting her again. Frustration with yourself for not seeing it coming. Maybe even a quiet voice asking, does she even value my time? Do I matter enough for her to show up? The anger is loud and on top. But those quieter feelings underneath, those are the real ones. Those are the ones driving you. Most people never get there. They vent, feel better for an hour, and then the next time something similar happens, they feel just as triggered as before. Nothing changes because they only ever dealt with the surface. They treated the smoke and never found the fire. The goal isn't just to calm yourself down in the moment. The goal is to understand what's underneath, so that over time the same things stop having the same power over you. Here's the process I use when someone triggers me. 5 steps. And most people fall apart somewhere in the middle. So pay attention. Step 1. Pause before you react. This is the step everyone skips. And it's the one that costs them everything. Before you type a single word, before you say anything out loud, stop. Just stop. Put the phone face down. Take 4 slow breaths. In for 4 counts, hold for 4, out for 4. Do it twice. It feels almost stupidly simple, but what it's actually doing is buying you time before your emotions make your decisions for you. That gap between trigger and reaction, that's where your power is. Most people never even know it exists. Step 2, name what you're actually feeling. And this is where it gets uncomfortable, because I'm angry is a lie you tell yourself to avoid the real thing. Get specific. Are you hurt? Embarrassed? Disappointed in yourself? Sometimes the people who trigger us most are just mirrors showing us something we already feel about ourselves. We get angry outward because looking inward is harder. So push past the anger. Ask what's under it. That's where the truth is. Step 3, remove yourself from the story. Here's the question most people are too scared to ask. Is this actually about me? Or is this about them? Because 9 times out of 10, it's them. The friend who flakes does it to everyone. The coworker who undermines you has done it to every person in that role before you. The stranger online leaving cruel comments is doing the exact same thing on 20 other pages right now. You are not the cause. You just happen to be standing close enough to feel it. Stop absorbing other people's behavior. Start observing it. One is personal. The other is just information. Step 4. Find the lesson or the silver lining. Not toxic positivity, just practicality. Your friend canceled last minute? Now you know she needs a phone call to confirm, not just a text the night before. That's real, useful information. Your evening just opened up unexpectedly? Go do the thing you keep telling yourself you'll do someday. Take yourself out, enjoy it. You can be disappointed and grateful at the same time. Both are allowed. There is almost always something worth taking from a bad situation. You just have to slow down enough to see it. Step 5. Set a boundary calmly. This is where most people get it completely wrong because they confuse a boundary with a request. A request is, please don't do that. A boundary is, if you do that, here's what I will do. You need both parts for it to mean anything. With your friend, I get that your anxiety was bad tonight, but I was already on my way when you canceled, and that's not okay. Going forward, if something comes up, I need at least 2 hours notice. If that keeps not happening, I'm going to stop making plans that take this much out of me. No drama, no speech, just clear, calm, and honest. That's what a real boundary sounds like. If this is connecting with you, subscribe. More videos like this every week. Now here's the part that makes everything above actually permanent. You can follow every single step I just gave you. Pause, breathe, name it, reframe it, set the boundary. And it will help, genuinely, but if you skip this last part, you will keep getting triggered by the same things. Different people, different situations, same sting, same cycle. The steps manage the reaction. This changes the root. Here it is. People can only get under your skin when part of you believes them. Sit with that for a second. If someone walked up to you right now and said your hair was bright purple, when it clearly visibly is not, you would not be offended. You wouldn't even be angry. You'd be confused. Maybe slightly worried about them. You'd move on in 4 seconds. Why? Because it's just not true. Their words have nowhere to land. Nothing inside you agrees with them, so they fall away. Now think about the last time something someone said really got to you. Really stuck. The kind that kept you up. The kind you kept replaying. That didn't happen by accident. It happened because somewhere inside, part of you wasn't sure they were wrong. Maybe someone called you too sensitive. And you've quietly feared that for years. Maybe someone implied you weren't enough. And that fear already lived in you long before they said a word. Maybe someone left, and the story you told yourself was, of course they did. Of course, they didn't plant that. It was already there. They just found it. That's why it hurt the way it did. Not because of who they are, because of what you already believed about yourself. And here's why that's actually good news. Once you know where the soft spot is, you can heal it. You can look at that belief directly. You can ask, is this actually true, or have I just been carrying it so long it feels like the truth? The more you do that work, the more solid you become. Not cold, not closed off. Just rooted, sure of yourself in a quiet way that doesn't need to argue with anyone. And when you get there, other people's words stop landing the same way. Someone can say something cruel and you can feel it, and still know it isn't yours to keep. You hear it. You see it for what it is, and you let it pass through you like wind through an open window. That's the goal. Not to stop feeling, to feel it fully, and not be moved. Every time you pause instead of react, every time you look inward instead of lashing out, you are building that. You are becoming someone other people's chaos simply cannot reach. The moment other people's opinions stop feeling like facts is the moment you become free. Most people never get there. Thanks for watching, and until next time.